Good evening. It's not really afternoon anymore, but it's your friendly local tarot reader, not Spider-Man. Should be getting a little darker here, so as we go through the reading, the cards may get a little bit more difficult to see just because of I'm just going by the natural light here, but I don't think we'll be on so long that I won't be able to get the messages to you guys, okay? So just relax. I'm going to go ahead and use my fam deck today, meaning my Grateful Dead tarot deck. I haven't used this in a few days, in quite a few readings, actually. I like to rotate the decks every now and then, you know. This is such a cool little, like, just the box and stuff, and it's like kind of textured here. It's pretty cool. So, anyway, they might have some still on the, in case you're wondering, they might still have some on the website. No, I'm not endorsed by them. I've never met them. There's a couple ladies that created this deck. I believe they do their own personal reading, so there's no affiliation here. But it is a favorite and beautiful deck that I like to use. So, if you're new to the channel, please like or subscribe. It helps pass the messages around and get the energy I need from you to deliver those messages, okay? It is a two-way exchange in that sense, okay? So it's kind of like, being an active participant in your life. It's like, yeah, if you just want to be like, whatever, I'll wait for the next train. Or are you somebody who likes to have the schedule in hand because you have somewhere to go, you want to get there. Okay? It's kind of like that. So if I'm not the reader for you, no worries. There's lots of other readers on. I don't do astrology specific, but many do. So you may want to check some other readers out as well. So that's my ad for everybody else, and everybody that's left, I guess, we're cool for the moment, right? Until you get the bad news from the tarot reader, and it's like, yeah, that's not exactly the news I wanted, but that's kind of the news that sometimes I have to deliver. Right. Okay. So it's nothing personal, really. and remember, there is that saying, your rejection or their rejection of you is God's protection. Okay. So, I'm a big believer in that. It's kind of like, oh, I was late today because of such and such. Well, then when you take down the road, you happen upon an accident. It's like, whoa, if I had left on time, okay? So don't overthink things, especially the signs. I was getting that download specifically right before I was trying to take a thumbnail and flash the peace sign. Like, sometimes I know signs can be manipulated, but overall, we have to, allow ourselves to believe in what we are communicating and what we are manifesting, what we're pushing out to other people as well. Okay. And, not everything is sunshine and rainbow. So, there may be an F-mom that comes out over here. I don't know. I try and keep it under wraps sometimes, but sometimes I just cannot help it. So again, if you're sensitive, okay, right? Because let's be honest, it's a preference, it's a sensitivity, it's clutching the pearls, right? Okay. Because I'm sure if during labor and delivery, some of you, right, and especially if you didn't have drugs, you were wanting to drop an F-bomb at some point in time. This just be my guess. Without ever having birth children myself, the Hierophant Saint, Saint of Circumstance for those playing along with the Grateful Dead deck. Hierophant, very interesting. Very far you have come. Some of you may have been, or this could be somebody around you too. Also, we had graduation season. You've passed some kind of test for higher learning, okay? Something that's going to benefit you more than maybe you expected. And maybe more than what you've received in the past, okay? So I feel like for a lot of you, you just have kind of developed kind of like a rule book, a set of guidelines, something, I'm not saying this is like, hard and fast, but just a set of rules that are allowing things to flow naturally for you, okay? And this is kind of like that looking at the signs, right? If you see the street sign that says where you're going is this way, which way are you going to turn? Right? Okay. Like I said, the word right. Well, is it actually right or left on your side of the street? I don't know, right? And that's something that we have to incorporate, okay? To understand that there's more than one way to communicate things as well. Also with the saint, reminds me of the song Saint Stephen, wherever he goes, people all complain, right? So maybe like, well, he said this. Well, are you reading that in context or are you taking that quite literally? I mean, SCOTUS debates that all the time, right? Okay, so you ain't right, we ain't the only ones, okay. But again, I feel like this groundwork and this peaceful groundwork at that, okay? The Hierophant is a very stable, also Taurus energy, right? Okay, a very stable, look at that, allowing for what's to come, huh? So for a lot of you, you could be getting over a heartbreak. This could have been an official marriage. So you could be having a divorce here, right? Because the Hierophant is also representative of marriage, a higher level commitment, the Three of Swords, heartbreak. And that's what's crossing the situation. But here is actually your overall energy. And it's like, it's almost like once this is done, I feel like, this is supposed to come into fruition for you. It may be one of those things, though, where you need to get out of your own way. All right, collective? Sometimes we put up our own, barriers as part of this, right? As part of this framework here that we've accepted, right? And like within a marriage, somebody, shouldn't be cheating, right? Or participating in, intimate activities, right? Not in a traditional marriage, right? I mean, not one without concubines anyway. Let's be real. Okay. Yeah, not that patriarchy style marriage. Is it a marriage or is it a mirage? Right? Okay. That's some of what this person may have done to you. And you just can't be putting up the boundaries so high, collective, right? I'm getting a little bit of that, where it's also sometimes a criticism of the Hierophant is some of the rigidness. Okay. So just keep that in mind as you're moving through these changes, okay? Yeah, keep on rolling, Ario. Keep on rolling. Ooh, you've right? It's like you're coming to terms with what has happened. Okay, and it's like, yeah, and now the train kept a rolling all night long, did it not? And you're getting rejuvenated, okay? Wow, look at that. Ooh, somebody knows you're getting rejuvenated. Like it's in the air. People can feel it. Okay. For some of you, you may be feeling that and you're like, hey, these boundaries that I put up are not blocking that for me. Well, that might be something that you just have to resolve. Okay. Like, maybe you're a charismatic person. Maybe you're an attractive person. Maybe you're, have some kind of unique physical identifying feature that just kind of stands out to people. Like maybe it's your smile or, you just like always have like good eye contact. Like I'm not exactly sure here. Wow, Emperor. Big boss man energy in the foundation. So, Emperor can be rigid a little bit as well. um, but here it's kind of like I feel like whoever this emperor is has been a little lonely. Okay. This is Aries as well. I'm definitely feeling this, it's like there's a change in the season here. It's like, going from feeling all big and bad to like, did my coat get ragged all of a sudden and nobody told me? Like, who do I need to talk to about that? Not like super upset, but like, not everything rosy all the time, right? And just because maybe you are an emperor dealing with an emperor, that doesn't mean there's never any other challenges in life, right? And especially you could be an emperor without their empress or their queen or however it is that you are interacting. The thing is, whatever this heartbreak is, let's find out more about what's going on here in the recent past, please. What the collective needs to know. Yeah, that's how it kind of works around here. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. Okay, so we're already in Gemini season, and up next we're gonna have Cancer. And we just moved out of Taurus, so we have this, and then here we have Aries, which was basically right before. So this is very interesting, this line that's appearing here through the reading. It's very like this Chariot. It's very like, it is, what did I say? Train kept a rolling all night long. It's on the track. Okay, and I feel like collective for a lot of you, you decided this a long time ago. And this could be one of those things where it's like blink and they missed you. You know what I mean? And this is like somebody stumbling out there try and get a look, you know what I mean? And then they end up like, tipping over their coffee table or something. And you're long gone and you're already, you know what I mean? I am the next destination. So somebody, especially this emperor, could be in their feels about that. Yeah, I feel like there's two different, definitely different kind of sadness, a couple different energies here. So collective, maybe you have already moved on. I mean, this could not be your energy specifically. This could be an emperor saying like, oh, somebody in the collective did this to me and now I'm feeling upset. The Eyes of the World card here, literally for the world, right? Okay. And yeah, 21, not 20. 20 is the judgment. So it's like, yeah, the judgment has been laid out. It's kind of ironic right now that I just heard through one of my friends that one of our former presidents was convicted on 34 counts of some felony charges or something. Not something that I'm necessarily thrilled about hearing, but it's like that judgment has been rendered, right? And now, like the next chapter is going to begin of that. In the court of law, that means sentencing, right? Here we have the World card. So, people see you as somebody who's able to potentially close out chapters. And if you haven't yet, right, and if you're carrying like this heavy energy of the emperor, that might be something you need to kind of cleanse out. So the fact that this Three of Swords is crossing here, and especially as somebody who's, maybe you have been involved with somebody who's like, I mean, could be getting locked up or something. And then you're like deciding, you're like, am I gonna like still stay with this person? Like, like how's that gonna work? Or, how am I gonna live my life? Right. So there's a lot of new decisions that the collective needs to make. And this is in your crown. So definitely again, watch for the signs, okay? Because you're on the outside here. You're not You're not the one being sentenced, right? It's that kind of thing. It's like, you may be is not your burden to bear, right? You got to take care of yourself, potentially your home, all these things, right? Okay. So I feel like for a lot of you, if you don't have that set direction just yet, or you've been on a certain path, you might be slowing down a little bit just to take a pause, just so you can ensure that it's like, oh, here's the news. I got the little update. And it's like, okay, does that mean I'm still going this way, or does that mean I need to go just a little bit over here for right now, or like maybe just a different route even to where you might have been going, or, you know, for some reason, oof, boy. And this could be somebody like an emperor that's like upset because somebody like potentially wanted to destroy some of their property, things of that nature. I mean, I've had somebody had to like criminal trespass to property. Well, that got dismissed, but um, the criminal damage to property, $5,000, right? Um, it's that kind of thing. It's like the disrespect, is just very next level. And, for an emperor, that's just not going to fly, right? So this person could be like, that's why I was divorcing them, or that's why it's not going to work, or they could be kind of mourning the image of a person that, never existed, right? That's what narcissists do very well. They try and fool us. Okay. So, again, you may have a decision to make here now based upon whatever this kind of decision is, however this shakes out for you. Okay. And maybe this is something like, okay, yeah, like maybe you've been avoiding a certain area or business or something because so and so works there, but now all of a sudden they're gonna be locked up, and you're like, oh, I guess I can go there now. You know what I mean? Um, and this doesn't have to be physical. This could be like a spiritual type thing. Don't feel too sorry though, collective, for these folks, because just remember, like, when they were feeding you to the wolves, right? They were doing it gleefully and they didn't care what happened to you. So, it's again, it's kind of like this thing with our former president. It's like it's not something I'm gleeful about, but at the same time, you know, you got to let things play out according to um, the laws of the land. And the spiritual world has laws as well. Okay. And that's when people start creating karma and doing all, what I mean? So just be aware of that, right? Okay. Um, So, collective, you definitely are. I feel like you might be more excited about one opportunity versus another. So, that may have an influence over you. Again, I think it's something where you don't try and overcomplicate it, right? Like maybe you do pay attention to the signs. And I think that some people wanted you to be blind to those signs, and that's why you're getting this in the crown, and it's saying, no, actually, all those things that you've been seeing here, collective, to create your new chapters, that is for you. Anything that you've seen, right, that you want, you can claim it, and that's when you start working towards it. And okay, the Four of Cups. Yeah, so you could be feeling like you need to definitely, kind of wrap yourself in a blanket a little bit. A little bit. You may have had a little bit of a pity party, or this person did, like, while in the relationship. Um, and it potentially proved to be very ungrateful, right? And that's part of why it's no more. So, in the environment now, please. The Page of Wands. So you may be looking very attractive right now, collective. In the community, people might be inquiring about you. Okay. Um, some people could assume that you are with this emperor, right? If you are not this emperor in this reading, okay, there's a few different energies here. All right. So I'm trying not to get them too mixed up, but there's just been a lot coming through today. And here is the Wolf card, which is number 15, otherwise known as El Diablo in the Tarot. Here in the hopes and fears. And um, so whoever thought that it's almost maybe like somebody doesn't know yet, like that this is over, right? Like somebody's been found out and it's like they're like trying to hang on and they're very hopeful that something's going to happen, but it's like this thing is not moving, right? It's like, no, actually, I do know that you slept with my friend, or I do know that you don't really like me, or I do know that you've been stealing money from me. You know what I mean? It's those kinds of things again, and your boundaries are like, that would be blocking my abundance, therefore, not going to happen anymore, right? So, some of this here, it's like, what's that old song? It's a heartache, right? Talking about a heartache. I almost feel like this just it's like you've been done crying about the situation or whatever. It's like this is, them having to realize that party's over, man. Yeah, whatever the fuck, right? Um there it came. There it came. Anyway, and emperors can be lone wolves at times, right? That doesn't mean though that they want to be. And if somebody's has been kind of hitting the bottle like out of, kind of loneliness, um that may be lifting once this control is over. I feel like somebody may have been using that to cope a little bit. Okay. Yikes. Alrighty. Sometimes I just, I don't know, guys. I'm just here to deliver the massage. Hopefully it's pleasant to your ears. Okay. And in the outcome, please. That's Capricorn as well. So another earth sign. Wow. Look at that. So, yeah, the judgment is definitely in your favor here in the outcome with this Ace of Cups, right? And this is the judgment here saying, that direction that you were heading towards, okay, here with the Chariot, well, the four winds are going to blow you right home, okay? And it's going to be one of those things where it's like, you might not even like see something exactly marked. Like it might not be on the street sign, but you're going to see like some kind of landmark. You're going to see some kind of thing that's going to be it's going to be very symbolic for you, okay? And it is going to help you confirm that you are definitely, most definitely in the right place, okay? And out of this judgment, others may be seeking salvation, perhaps even from you, right? Um, yeah. A lot of us don't want that responsibility though, do we, collective? Okay. Right. And that's no mystery, right? We're here trying to honor what the universe has for us, how the universe is guiding us to be successful here, right? It's Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So I feel like, again, your time of comeuppance, but like in a good way, is really going to start happening. Okay. If you haven't really been seeing it, right? If perhaps it seemed a little difficult, perhaps you've been on a soul's journey, okay, here, literally digging through the acts of your life saying, well, during that decade, I sure screwed things up, or da 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 da, right? But definitely take some time to be a little extra kind to yourself. Be grateful for the things that you have achieved and the things that you're able to do and that you have already done and accomplished, right? You know? Okay. Sometimes nobody else is giving you those roses, right? So, little Miley Cyrus, all grown up, wrote her song called Flowers, right? I can buy myself flowers. Okay? Why is that? Because you may be sitting on a big old 10 of Pentacles here. Okay? And it's like, wouldn't you like to know, magician, right? As you are a master manifester. Okay? People definitely want to know how you're doing it. Okay? Let's see what else here. Collective. Just checking to see if any other messages in this deck need to be revealed. So, wow. The hurt and betrayal that these people achieved, some of them are dumbfounded as to how it's like not working out for them. Again, like somebody who goes and breaks the law and then they're surprised that they have to go to court. They're surprised they might have to face jail time. They're surprised they might have to have court fees. I mean, really? You're surprised? Must not be too smart then. Okay? That's that kind of lower vibrational stuff. I was getting a lot of that in the download earlier today. That's why I kind of hesitated on doing this reading. So definitely was a, piss and vinegar type field day. On the back of that, like, not exactly. What is that song from Clueless? It's like, perfect day, nothing's getting in my way of this perfect day, right? Like, it was 73 degrees out, sunny, had my dog in the back of the car, we're cruising through the countryside. I'm living it up, right? LTD, living the dream. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, collective, I feel like for a lot of you, if you're not yet, you may be entering a new phase of like over itness regarding this situation. Okay. Don't be afraid of any emotions you feel towards it as well. I feel like for some reason this emperor may feel like those emotions might get out of control. Perhaps there were a lot of lies and manipulation um, in this environment, and it's kind of like that thing where somebody's trying to say things just to get you to react, right? And it's like, you know, it's like the internet. Like if you responded to every lie that was on the internet, you know, it's like, and probably in AI, there's probably some AI bot that can like replicate that, right? Like bots are already a problem, right? Like fake accounts on Instagram and all these things. Like I'm 100% real over here, okay? Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Yeah, they wanted to take from your abundance, collective. They wanted to make this difficult on you. Um, some of them in this marriage or partnership, this could be a broken engagement as well. Um, once you found out like what their real objective was, okay? And their objective was not to help you grow anything, it was just to take what you were going to be out because you're that type of person. You want people around you doing well, and you assume that they're like in on the leveling up. And in fact, they were not. They were a Queen of Swords, but in reverse, like the ultimate Beatrice ex-wife trope that, you know, doesn't want to work, doesn't want to, and I'm talking about like somebody like, you know, they're not really supporting little kids or nothing either. I mean, like, you know, anyway. You know, Instagram is not exactly, it's, you know, sometimes people need a reality check, right? And that's kind of what might be coming in for this person, this illusion, this fake partnership, whatever. Oh my God. I just heard like fueled by passion, right? Like they want, I mean, come on, dude. Like, have you met some men, like a lot of men, like passion can be found on like, you know, lots and lots of internet pages out there, okay? That ain't, yeah, okay, right. Ooh, I heard something else. I heard something else. I don't even want to say it, but you know, rotten crotch is what I heard. Anyway, so, I just cannot. I cannot. I'm gonna go ahead and get some clarification, you guys, because oh man, you know, it's like you just have to laugh at it, right? Yeah, you're like nobody's dull in my exactly. You're like, but and this person could have come to you and said that like there was something wrong with them or something, and you're just like, what does that have to do with me? So they might be feeling a little put out by you, collective. The thing is, you know, it might be kind of like one of those episodes of Maury Povich where, you know, really, they shouldn't have that, like, who's the father on all the time. They should be like, who gave you the STD, right? Be like, how many people had to get tested to narrow it down, right? Where's that show at? Anyway, hang on, you guys. I'm gonna take a drink here before I get into. Wow, this Four of Cups just really wants to keep hanging out, right? And it's like some of y'all could be like, "Whoa, I am not dealing with that right now," right? And exactly, like, thank God, because yikes. Oh boy, I think my phone battery might be dying, you guys. All right, I'm gonna try and make this quick. I'm gonna try my best. Um, Hang on. I'm gonna go out and grab this extension cord. I'm gonna try and make some magic happen for us, guys. Okay. So hold tight. Take a little break. I will be right back. I have one thing here. I gotta go grab the other cord, you guys. All right, guys. I found my cord here, so hopefully I can get this phone plugged back in so it does not die. There's something. Yes. Okay. Success. Okay, guys. Yep. Now my dog's back, so yeah. Sorry, Connor. I know I'm taking up your space, aren't I? I'm on her pillow, kind of, with this light. Maybe I can move this somewhere else. So Miss Princess has her space. Okay. All right. I'm going to continue on here. So thank you for sticking along with this reading. Yeah, lay down. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of you may have companion animals, right? You know, they like to be near us. So let's see what clarifying energies we can get here for the collective. And I'm gonna move this lamp one more time. Sorry, you guys can't really see it too much, but I'm not in my regular spot, as you can tell. But I'm a fresh air type person. I do like, you know, that whole rigmarole, right? I don't think I could live in one of those biodome things like on Mars or something once they get all that figured out, you know. You think they'll ever have a rocket fast enough to get humans to there and back, like without, like, you know, like the G-force that would be required to get you there? Yeah, you could be expired literally by the time you're done. No gracias. Okay. Oh my goodness. Gonna have to take it. The chariot. Your chariot awaits. Okay. For some of you, you may be a kind of cordial type person. This person could have thought you were going to be like their Prince Charming or something like that. And that's why they hooked up, you know, into this, wanting this commitment with you, okay? In the meantime, you kind of learned, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, how to stand up for yourself, okay? So that Queen of Swords in reverse came out earlier, but like this is more like if you're this feminine energy, you, yeah, you're like, obviously that didn't work. This person was not my chariot, okay? Like, and for some of you that meant because there was more than one person, perhaps even an ex-wife or something, ex-girlfriend, you know, something of that nature in the picture, right? And for a lot of you, you were just like, look, that is not in my, you know, idea of Prince Charming. That is not in my boundaries. Okay. So, yeah, this emperor too, if this was happening with an emperor, they could have thought they could have maybe like withheld information so you wouldn't know about it, but you're just like too strong for that collective here with the High Priestess card. And I feel like the fact that this High Priestess card even came out, it's like if you are this Emperor collective, it's just whatever this partnership was is just um beneath the, the expectations of an emperor. Okay. Almost causing like, some kind of reversal of fortune here. And that's in part why I feel like there's some mourning that has been happening. Okay. Kind of like this, I have the car, I have the house, I have this, I have that. It's like, why am I not happy? Right. Like people get all the plastic surgery done. It's like, well, I look like I'm, supposed to be perfect. Now, why am I not happy? Mirage. Okay. It's a sham. Yep. Seven of Swords. Big time. Prince Charming was not Prince Charming. Or, princess. Okay. There could have been a woman in this situation, kind of like just seeing what they can get out of it, right? Here's the thing, collective. I feel like for a lot of you, you've seen this before, and it was just like, is this? I feel like some of you were just shocked that it was going to happen again. So this could have been like some kind of test from the universe, unfortunately. This, whatever this energy, could have just been very manipulative as well. But there's always that hindsight is 2020, right? When we go back and review the day, the trick is not to beat ourselves up about it and know that we actually do deserve love in our lives, Gemini, which we are in Gemini season. So happy birthday to the Geminis out there. Somebody who actually wants to give you room to grow, room to start that new chapter with. Okay. Somebody who recognizes your worth. Like, what a concept. It's, you see the difference here, right? And then you have the angel of guidance versus worship me, right? And in fact, it's like they're not learning anything here. It's stagnant. It's like, ooh, it looks, what is that old SNL? Ooh, the hottest spicy new club in New York, right? But when you get inside, it's like the drinks suck, overpriced, bartender's rude. You know what I'm saying? That may or may not have been sticky. I don't know what fluid it is. Oh boy. Yeah, it's entertaining some days. It really is. It really is. I've worked in the service industry, so my hat's off to the hardworking folks in that industry and the ones that actually want to make money, because the ones that do make money, I know they're working hard for it. Okay, because it's not easy. All right. You do have to put up with a lot of BS. Full moon. Here, clarifying this this Two of Pentacles. Okay. Remember I said that one of these paths is going to appear a lot clearer than the other. Okay. So there's two figures here. It's almost like, it's like when you're traveling down the road and it's like, and then you see the sign and it's like, oh, and it's like, well, then you see, it's like exit ahead. It's like, well, that's probably it, right? Like it's, don't overthink that, right? It probably is it. Like turn here. Else you're gonna have to wait and then, burn the midnight oil, right? It's like, and do you have the energy for that again? Okay. And I feel like some of that is being stripped out, saying, my energy is precious, right? My energy should be purposeful, right? It should be nourishing, not only to me, but to others around me and to who? Shadow self there down in the water. Okay. I'm glad I stuck with this reading, guys, but sometimes it's just takes a lot. So I do appreciate your likes and subscribes. Helps those messages get out to you. Let's clarify this Four of Cups down here. How the collective is feeling about this. It's like engagement or entanglement, right? And yeah, I feel like you're definitely creating space. Um you might be feeling a little defensive, right? Kind of that touchy, you know. I think the thing, collective, is not to lose your sense of humor about it. Again, I feel like it's that, other people trying to trigger you, okay, and trying to get you into some negative type of youthful response, right? Like trying to get you to fight or trying to get you to like, oh my god, I was doing a background check on somebody the other day, and it's like there was the charge of harassment by phone, and it's like, oh my god, like you hear about things like that, but it's like yeah, judgment. You're just like, I'm not participating in that. I'm moving forward with this youthful energy that's trying to make a fresh go. Okay, and that's the thing, is you've been granted that as well by the universe. Okay, so again, some of these other energies might be coming in. I'm hearing karma chameleon. Like the very first boom 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 dun, 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 right. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, some people could be also like, who's that person to pass judgment on me? And it's like, I'm not passing judgment on you. I'm just following the rules. So again, if you don't like the rules, then go participate in that behavior somewhere else and see how far it gets you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Try and pull that somewhere else and see how far it gets you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you think you're a baddie? You think you're a baddie, El Diablo? I got news. What you are is a cry for help. Okay? Get some. Oh my God. El Diablo dos. Doce. Um, if there's somebody who did you wrong, collective, they definitely met their match. And I'm in the spirit world. It's like there is no there's this guy I used to date, and he used to make this face and like kind of like, pull his lips in over his teeth, like, ee! It's kind of like that, like, you're in one of those fantasy movies, and there's like the giant, like some kind of sea dragon comes up, and then just all of a sudden, it's like, oh, yeah, kind of like in Jurassic Park, right? Um, so I think the thing that Spirit wants you to know here is that, like, you're not more powerful than that sea dragon, right? Don't get it twisted, okay? So, if somebody again wants you to be like in some way responsible for their karma, or karma playing out in their life, It's actually more like, you're one who's there to tell the tale, okay? Um, a real survivor. Yeah, magician. And yeah, you can um, manifest good things for yourself, including this love that you most righteously deserve. And that's part of why you're being protected, you're being honored. Um, yeah, these people or persons that perhaps think that they're going to get some kind of second chance um, may not have realized that their last chance was actually like 5 chances ago, and this is just kind of like they're in the backlog, okay, and now like spirit's finally getting around to it, you know. So you know, a lot of others call that divine timing, you know. But sometimes that demon time is doing double duty, okay, just like it is right here, and people hope that they can keep getting away with it. I also saw that there was a judgment against one of my exes for like $50,000. I didn't even know about that particular case until like a year into it that we were dating. So, um, yeah, he probably owed still. I mean, there's no way that he was paying that to them. I mean, I doubt they ever got their money anyway. Um, yeah. Well, you know how it is collected these days. You get so many phone calls, and it's like, who the hell is calling me? I'm gonna find out. And then it's like, ooh, I got access to all sorts of information, all sorts of entertaining facts and figures, right? It's my Lindsey Graham voice for you South Carolinians or political persons, however you like to chop up your chop up your steak. Um, Facts and figures, yeah. Um, Somebody actually used that word figures to me. Probably within the last 5 years, I would say. Um, as they were saying about how somebody was getting mad and they were like, well, so and so was never good at figures. But I kind of understand the concept too, and especially like with like doing like having the calculator on top of your head type thing. Um, I know people though that could do that very easily. They use certain techniques and stuff. They would explain it to me, and it's like, okay, could probably figure that out if I practiced a little bit. But I was like, eh. But that was something that they wanted to achieve, and they're actually very good at it. They probably use it in their career as well, I'm assuming. Um, but counting back change, that is one thing that I learned. That was some little on the job training. Have you ever learned to count back change? It's very I would say very useful later on. It Yeah. So it's like, how long is this live gonna go, you guys? I've seen those lives that are like 2 freaking hours. Like, it's like, who has time to? I mean, sometimes I'll put something like that on and then I'll fall asleep to it, right? So hopefully the dark spring is going well for you right now. I'm going to use this light worker deck, you guys. I feel like this is going to be purposeful for this reading. Tie up any loose ends or questions you might have regarding the information that has been passed in this message. This message may also, I would say you may consider it timeless. However, this is definitely some current energy for somebody right now, okay? So there may be a very, very important reason that you clicked onto this reading today. Oh my God. It's like, my one leg is Indian style, but not the other one. I'm trying to, you know. All right. You know, it's a little easier for little kids. I mean, most kids anyway. Anyway, Mintakan. What does this say? Okay, guys, I'm now my lamplight here. Okay, turn on your love light, folks. Longing for home, belonging. The original light workers. Check it out. The original, the OGs. The OGs, this mint can here, this place that you've been manifesting, this home that you've been desiring, that chariot, right? That chariot that somebody came through and wanted to, you know, and it's like, oh, I see you don't like my chariot. Oh, well, problem solved, right? You're like, I'm going to where it does belong, right? So, you know, as kind of reversed as this emperor energy has been in this reading, it's still in the foundation, right? Because you don't, you know, and like he's holding the base of this pyramid. You don't just move a pyramid. You know? And that's the type of devil energy, the bullying type energy that people want you to like. It's so exhausting, right? It's like, you know what? I don't even see you except for maybe on like social media. It's like, do you even do anything? Do you go anywhere? Are you an active participant in life? Or are you just a meme king? Which would most definitely be, it's not even an emperor in reverse, but definitely somebody in reverse, right? Trust your path. You know, oh yes, okay, here it is. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay. So, collective, I feel like for some of you, you have definitely struggled to feel that support, right? Especially if you were in some of these partner situations that it was like, oh, this is my heart front. This is my stability, right? And then it's like, actually, this is not so much that, okay? So, and it's like, well, but why can't I do this somewhere else on my own, right? And that's, I think, kind of the thing that a lot of people in the collective have been kind of waking up to, that you know, your path, you know, is for your steps alone, right? And when you get there, that's, and along your journey, right, you're gonna start encountering the voices that reflect the type of community, the type of love, the type of new chapters, okay? That, because not every chapter in the book is a sad chapter, right? Um, there's energies out there that want you to believe that, and that's why the El Diablo came in here twice, right? They're like, they're hoping you're not going to figure it out. Like, are you sure it's not this way? The sign's right here. No, I mean, the GPS I have is, you know, it's, you know, why would you even trust that sign? I have a GPS. Well, you know, if their GPS is like for, you know, pointing to rotten crotch, obviously the moral compass is off, y'all, right? Okay? Okay. So, again, know who you're dealing with, right? Don't be afraid to leave them in the dust. I mean, to dust you shall return, right? It's like you're going to end up dust anyway. Do you want to be real dusty, waiting around for somebody of that low vibration to change? Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Yeah. So again, do not discount your instinct, your intuition, right? Trust your body, right? Well, the GPS says this. Well, the compass says this. Well, the sun's right over here. What do you think of that? Right? Okay? It's just like enough already. Enough. You know, say what you want about that J-Lo. She's a good actress. Like that movie Enough. That's a good movie, right? Um, you know, it's like, oh yeah, starts off so nice, Prince Charming, or, you know, Prince meets his princess, right? And then it's like, what is that movie? Heartbreak Kid, when he gets married and then like on the honeymoon he like realizes they're not compatible. Like some people could be like, well, she's a nightmare. Well, you know, he didn't really get to know her either. So like whose fault is it really? Um Again, let's see what's on the bottom of this deck here. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself, right? And the Four of Cups down here with the Seven of Swords, or Seven of Wands, excuse me, is just that, right? Saying, you know, you might have felt a little backed into the corner. You might have felt a little beat up about the situation. You might have felt a lot of things, right? And for but perhaps very good reasons. The trick now is, right, standing up, getting that, you know, saying the devil may care because my feet are hitting the floor every fucking day. And the devil is nothing but this dumbass mirage. That's all it is. All his empty promises. So if words and actions don't align collective, I think you understand what that means, right? And I think that's the reason a lot of you have, you know, potentially split or distanced yourself um, people. Okay. All right. Something you're feeling or going on. If it's not happening directly to you, if you feel like it. And until next time, please manifest wisely.